The three key streets in Chinatown is one is Petaling Street, and then Chichongkai, and then we've got this Sultan Kai, which is Sultan Street, and then we've got Jalan HSD. So that's the three key streets in Chinatown. And this street is very popular, especially at night. We've got some hidden bars, as well as some quite interesting northern Chinese noodles and dumplings. So we've got the egg, yeah, the moon, we call it moonshine, yeah. We've got the salted fish here, you see, one piece of salted fish. We've got chicken here, Chinese sausage, spring onions, okay, and you have to mix it, yeah, so that it cooks, yeah.
हम लोग वापस से पेटलिंग स्ट्रीट पे आए हैं, चाइना टाउन में आए हैं, और जिस रेस्टोरेंट में हम लोग हैं उसका नाम है वोंग की क्लेपॉट चिकन राइस। ये शॉप यहाँ पे 1986 से है। इसके बनाने की प्रक्रिया की बात करें तो सबसे पहले क्ले पॉट में चिकन और राइस डालते हैं। चिकन जो होता है वो मैरिनेटेड चिकन होता है, जिंजर गार्लिक और कुछ सीक्रेट इंग्रेडिएंट्स के साथ में। उसको पकाते हैं कोयले के ऊपर में, हांडी में, इस क्ले पॉट में। जब इनके पास ऑर्डर आता है तो उसके ऊपर में कैरेमल सॉस डालते हैं। फिर दो तरह का सोया सॉस जाता है, एक गाढ़ा एक पतला। फिर सेसमी ऑयल डालते हैं, तिल का तेल वो डाला जाता है, और फिर उसको ढक कर फिर कोयले में पकाया जाता है, और 20 मिनट पकाने के बाद ये तैयार हो जाता है। और इसमें काफ़ी और भी चीज़ें हैं, जैसे ऊपर से स्प्रिंग अनियन भी डाला गया है, और भी चीज़ें हैं। आइए अब इसका जायका लेते हैं। इट्स स्वीट,
Yeah, thick soy sauce, sweet.
So I think what adds to the flavor is the way they cook it over charcoal. That smoky flavor it adds to it, and then you get the earthy flavor from this clay pot. मुझे ये डिश बहुत ही उम्दा लगी। अच्छे से जो राइस को सॉस के साथ मिक्स किया है, एक एक चावल के दाने में फ्लेवर्स हैं, और आपका मीठापन भी है इसमें, थोड़ा सा हल्का सा बिल्कुल स्लाइट खट्टापन लागू मिलेगा। उसके बाद जो वैक्सी आपका चाइनीज़ सॉसेजेस है उसका हल्का माइल्ड च्यूवीनेस है, और जो फिश डाली गई थी सॉल्टी वाली, उसमें लगातार ऐसे आप सिर्फ नमक ही खा रहे हैं। मेन खाने में मज़ा है जो क्ले पॉट के साइड में राइस लगे हुए हैं उसका है, काफ़ी फ्लेवरफुल है।
This place is called Kim Lian Kee, and they have their signature is the Hokkien Mee thick yellow noodles, yeah, with pork lard, okay, and you've got the rice noodle version as well. Again, you can put a moonshine to it, an egg, and then you've got Cantonese noodles as well. See, banana leaf, of course, nice one. Give it the aroma. So we've got the cabbage, we've got some prawns, we've got some meat here, and of course some hidden pork oil and lard, yeah? So this is one type of noodle. So normally you have kway teow as well, rice noodles, or thick yellow noodles, yeah.
So this is Hokkien Mee.
Hokkien Bihun.
Hokkien Mee Bihun.
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 Ah.
Not me.
Me, because it's the, remember you
Yeah,
asked me
rice-
which one, right?
rice-
I chose
rice
this one
noodle.
because the yellow noodle is very heavy. Yeah, it is the signature, but I like Bihun.
It's quite oily. He has added loads of MSG in it. Ajinomoto. So you're telling me about Ajinomoto. Is it safe to eat if you eat in small quantities? Huh? Not bad.
It's not bad. It's just that if you eat it too much and in everything, and the problem is these days, most of the food, processed food, they do put the MSG in. And so excessive of it is no good. But if you take it moderately, it's okay.
I think it's with everything. Huh? Moderation is the key.
Moderation is the key.
Yeah. इस डिश को खाने में मज़ा क्यों आता है? वो मज़ा इसलिए आता है, वोक है, ब्रेथ ऑफ द वोक, वो फ्लेवर से ऐड करता है। जो हमने चालपतियों में देखा था पिनांग में, किस तरह से वोक को हीट करते हैं, स्मोक करते हैं, उसके बाद उसमें ऑयल डालते हैं, उसको हीट किया जाता है, फिर जो इंग्रेडिएंट्स डाल रहे हैं उसको आप अच्छे से तेल में आप फ्राई करते हैं, वो फ्लेवर्स को ऐड करता है, इन्हांस करता है। ठीक उसी तरह से यहाँ पे भी है। यहाँ पे जो बेहुन है वो पतला राइस नूडल्स है, और इसमें आपका जो दो तरह के सॉस डाले गए हैं, वो जो थिक सोया सॉस है उससे स्वीटनेस आता है, जो पतला वाला सोया सॉस है उससे आपको हल्का सार फ्लेवर मिलता है, जो क्रंची टेक्सचर है वो आपको चाउसम देता है। काफ़ी हैवी है ये, अच्छे से पोर्क ऑयल में लिपटा हुआ है, बीच बीच में पोर्क लार्ड के पीसेस भी आते हैं, साथ में प्रॉन्स भी है, पोर्क मीट भी है। और हीट ऐड करना है तो ये संबल है, जो रेड चिली पेस्ट है एक तरह से, उसको आप अपने चॉपस्टिक पे लगाते हैं, फिर इसमें डाला और फिर खाया।
So Fung Wong, they have been around since 1909. Yeah, their specialty is to make the wedding pastries. Yeah, wedding pastries. Yeah, we can go in and then we have a look at all the pastries. So we had the wedding pastry. We chose the red bean pastry. All right, and then this is the husband pastry.
It's delicious.
Husband biscuit is delicious. Okay.
Love it. It's sweet.
And
I
a
didn't
bit
find it
savory,
bit
actually.
savory, yeah.
Savory, yeah. Husband pastry is made with a lot of compassion, is it? The basic for the wife pastry, it's the winter melon gourd, and you've got the cut bang, which is the tangerine, mandarin orange actually, and then they flattened it, they dried it, they cured it almost like that. So that's the basic component of a wife and husband biscuit. So the only difference is the husband is also seasoned with five spice, Chinese spice and sesame oil, and so that makes it a bit savory.
मतलब जो क्रस्ट है इसका बिल्कुल फ्लेकी है, और जो इसमें मेन फ्लेवर है वो जो सबसे प्रोमिनेंट फ्लेवर है वो टेंजरीन पील वो डाला गया है, उसका है, बहुत शानदार है। ये रेड बीन पेस्ट्री है। रेड बीन बोले तो लाल लोबिया, उसका पेस्ट है, और क्रस्ट वही मैदे से तैयार किया गया है, ऊपर में हल्का सा एग वॉश करके इसको बेक किया गया। आइए।
So lok means to boil, yeah? The fact is lok. So it's boil the raw meats or vegetables. So over here you can see all the vegetables, yeah? Mushrooms, and then you have all the different types of balls and offals. I've got chicken as well, sausage. Okay, we've got all the seafood over there. Yeah, and then you dip it inside to cook it, and then you have it the sauce. And these days you can even barbecue it for you, yeah. So two versions. Most of the time I like to make this at home.
So it's all seasoned meat,
No, it's non-seasoned, it's raw.
just raw.
Raw,
Okay.
yeah.
I think it's good, like when you have 3-4 people together, like a communal eating.
Yes.
Huh?
Your communal, you're right, yes. And it's slow eating because you need to wait for the food to cook, right? Instead of eating right away, cook, right? So it's a way of socializing. Yeah. And slow eating means that you know when you don't stuff yourself. And very healthy.
It's just boiled.
Yeah. What else, you know? Yeah. How fresh is it? Yeah. And usually we eat it during, in those days, obviously this tradition came from China. The culture is to eat it during the Chinese Lunar New Year. When family gathers and it's winter time, it's nice, it's, you know, it's cold, you know. Of course, in Malaysia, we only have rain shine. That's it. But we eat it on rainy season especially. Yeah.
छोटे से टब में ये गर्म पानी आता है, उसमें आप अपने स्पून्स और चॉपस्टिक्स को धो लेते हैं, स्टरलाइज कर लेते हैं।
Sterilize, huh? So we are in this very classical and old restaurant serving Bak Kut Teh, yeah, yogurt cha. So over here, people usually just order one dish, and it's called Bak Kut Teh yogurt cha. we start. This is a very old neighborhood, yeah, where most of Kuala Lumpur good street food started, yeah. So it's a very basic place where mostly local people come and eat here. All the local and their families eat here. Yeah. So you don't see much tourists actually. So you might feel a bit odd or out of place. But that's where the good food is, right? And that's why we're here. So over here we start with rice. Yeah, you have the rice. And then you take the char kway or yao zha kway. It's basically fried dough. Yeah. And yao zha kway comes in a lot of shapes and a lot of flavors. This is plain, okay, suitable for yao zha kway to dunk it with the soup. We have the bean curd sheet here, yeah, and I ordered ribs, yeah. Ribs is just the way I prefer eating ribs, pork ribs. But you can order pork cartilage, you can order pork tail as well, and intestines if you like, yeah. So you put it here, and then I usually like to put some soup in there. So it will soften the fried dough that I have. And I like to have soup with the rice. And then I have some at the side is we call it the SpongeBob bean curd basically. Yeah. So this is bean curd sheet, and this is another form of bean curd, fried bean curd as well. It's the same version that you get in the curry laksa. Yeah. And then we have the chili here. All right. So by now, my fried char kway would have softened already. Then eat together. So Bak Kut Teh is what the coolies, the labourers in the ports will eat. So traditionally, you have the Singapore port. Of course, now we have the Port Klang port nearby here to Kuala Lumpur. That's the closest port. In the Straits of Malacca. You've got the Penang port as well, where the cruise docks as well. So traditionally those days, when the traders come and they need labourers to carry out the herbs, the spices, all the merchandises, so they need the Chinese labourers from China. They need a tonic, a broth, to sustain them to all the hard work. We call it physical work, right? So you have this pork broth, which is used. Okay, it's a very light soup.
Very light.
Yeah,
very light.
you can see it's.
And I think the sweetness comes
yeah,
from
sweetness,
the star anise.
the herbs and
spices,
and of course the pork as well, bones.
Yeah. So good. It tastes better with garlic and chilies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a comfort food. Now I'll go with some bean curd sheet and some chilies, the garlic, then sauce.
No need to be shy, huh? Can use hands,
That's very good. I liked it. Wow. So the ribs has less fat.
Oh, yes.
हाँ. अब ये पोर्क रिब्स है, इसको स्टॉक में डाला, फिर ये जो पूरा मिक्स है गार्लिक का, बर्ड साई चिली और रेड चिली का, उसमें डिप किया और बिल्कुल टेंडर मीट है, बहुत ही शानदार है, जूसी, मज़ा आ गया. No, this I can eat this every day. It's like a soul food. Maybe a little bit of chili oil and garlic.
So the beauty about this place is the Chinese desserts. So they have peanut, they have walnut, you have black sesame, and they even have almonds. And they mix it and they draw arts on these desserts. Look at what he's doing right now. So this is the typical is the yin and yang, yeah. But over there he can draw like picture of person, and it's just amazing how he does it. So it's like an artist on the dessert. So it's so hilarious, and he's been doing this for a long, long time. The black sesame paste, it's the whole, it's all grinded, just like making a dosai, yeah. Dosai is, you know, you go through the grinder. That's what they do it.
Oh,
sorry lah.
already
they mix
mixed.
It, yeah. They make it fresh, and then I think the takeaway just loses the yeah.
ये जो है ये almonds और peanuts का paste है.
Sorry
मतलब जैसे gruel होता है ना वैसा लग रहा है, porridge की तरह.
So this is, we call it fa sang wu. Wu is like a thick soup. Yeah, thick soup. Fa sang wu, hang ngan wu, hak si ma wu.
So you make this at home?
No, look at the hard work. But actually, I've made black sesame paste with a machine, with the help of a machine.
So this
it's
white
almond.
white one is
Hang
almond.
ngan. It's the Chinese almond, the herb.
Because with slight bitterness.
Yes, and it's good for cough.
Good.
Yeah, cough. And it helps the lungs,
I need
nourish
that.
the lungs.
I
yeah.
need that.
You need that.
Very
Yeah,
good.
when you eat
Very-
here, you see the shape lah. But you took the picture of the shape and the
Different patterns they make.
yeah.
Oh. Terima kasih Pauline.
Sama-sama. Jumpa lagi di Delhi.
Looking forward to host you on a food walk in Delhi.
Peace.
हम लोग कोलालमपुर के जलन अलोल फूड स्ट्रीट में हैं। यहाँ बैक टू बैक खाने की दुकानें हैं। रोड के एक तरफ फूड कार्ट्स हैं, एक तरफ रेस्टोरेंट्स हैं। सभी रेस्टोरेंट पैक्ड हैं। हम लोग वॉक कर रहे हैं और अपना स्ट्रीट फूड का लुत्फ उठा रहे हैं। मलेशिया के कोलालमपुर में हमने पान ढूंढ ही निकाला है। ये जो भाई लोग यहाँ पे काम करते हैं सब नेपाल से हैं और पान का सेवन करते हैं, तो फाइनली इनके साथ पान खाएंगे हम भी। कहाँ मिलता है ये? पीक मारने गए हैं। और इस पान के साथ मैं जालंगोर फूड स्ट्रीट से आप सबसे अलविदा लेता हूँ। फिर मिलूँगा वापस से हिंदुस्तान में किसी नए शहर में नए जायकों के साथ। तब तक कीप वॉकिंग, keep exploring and keep eating.